everyone, welcome to another edition of The Naked Truth. I'm Trisha Hershberger, and I don't know why, but I'm feeling like super extra vulnerable and naked today. So I apologize if I'm a little extra awkward. I wanted to start off by saying a big thank you so much to Miss Megan Tondas for being my first guest on the show. She was amazing. Megan kind of lives what I would like to put out there every single day. So she's a woman that I absolutely admire, and I love the comments you guys had back from that. It seems like you enjoyed her as a guest as well. Yeah, I had a lot of great comments from that, including Odin Magnus, who said, "Nice video. My body image has always been like Chewbacca crossed with Gandalf. So I've always been my own classification." And I love that, because when people ask me what my body image is, I always say Hobbit, because I'm short and furry. But I've battled that forever. So laser hair removal, waxing, and shaving are good, ladies. Can't believe I just said that. Also, Samuel Yehan, I hope I pronounced that right, said, "Great vid, Trisha. I almost saw two kinds of people while I was growing up. Those that adapted like Megan did to their bodies and their flaws and, you know, grew up and got to be themselves. And then people that changed their bodies into what they wanted it to be, whether it was through hard work and diet or surgery, etc." And this person said, "I don't want to undermine anybody. I think as long as the end resolve is that people are feeling happy about themselves, then that's good." And I just thought that was a really good point to make. I agree. You know, it's not necessarily saying, you know, either you can be positive and love you the way you are, or you can say, you know, this is a goal I want to attain. I just, you know, yes, please be healthy about it. But I agree. As long as you're happy with the result, then good on you. And I wanted to say thank you for tons of naked vlogs this week. Andy sent me one. Sid sent an awesome one about that it's our differences that make us beautiful. Jenny sent a vlog this week, and even though you weren't naked, that's totally okay. I appreciate the answers. Jacob, Hannah, Dominic, Jonathan all sent naked vlogs this week, so this is a big naked week. Oh, and Stray Mango said, "Hey Trisha, would you mind linking to the other Naked Truth vlogs in the description so that we could see them?" And I know some people send the Naked Truth vlogs and don't want it to ever go anywhere. So if you do send one, just let me know in the video or in the description for your video if you would like me to include the link to your video in my description. And I will, if you would like that, so that everybody else can see more naked people. But this week I wanted to talk about college and whether it's the right choice for you. I get asked this question all the time. ODST172 asked me, could you do a Naked Truth on finding your way in life? Because this person's 19 and has no idea what they want to do. And right around that age is kind of when you're deciding, you know, who you want to be as an adult and how you're going to get there. And I just thought I'd share some of my experience and hope that that helps you guys that are out there making that decision right now. And you'll hear us say a lot on the internet, on the day job, on SourceFed, that we say, "Oh, I wish I hadn't gone to college. It was a waste of time." But I'd like to elaborate a little bit more on that. I did go to college. I was very fortunate to work really hard and get a full academic scholarship. But finances are definitely one thing you want to think about. I mean, whether you're going for 2, 4, or more years to school, you're going to probably graduate with loans. Unless you are lucky enough to get a full scholarship, or you have parents who have saved up and are willing to help you out with that, then that's awesome. But for me, it was, you know, it was going to be loans or I got my scholarship, so I did. And in a nutshell, I would say if your heart and soul really desires to be something in the workforce that requires a degree, then by all means go get that degree. If you're going to be a doctor of any sort, if you're going to need a master's degree for anything, if you want to be a psychologist, or if you want to be you know, a scientist, anything you want to do that requires a degree, please, yes, go get a degree. I'm sure it will make your job search much easier. But as far as the degrees that are kind of vague, like a bachelor's degree in communications or something like that, or, you know, theater is what I went for. It doesn't help you, at least in my experience, as much in the workforce as at least I was led to believe as a kid. We kind of were led to believe, like, you get a bachelor's and it's going to be so easy to get a job. Now, granted, the economy has gotten a lot worse in the States since then, but I kind of got into the workforce and I was like, everybody seems to have a bachelor's, so what? And I know a ton of people that never went to college. They're much more successful than me, so it's kind of hard to say how much that actually counts for out in the workforce. Again, unless you want to be something that absolutely requires that degree. Associate's degree are kind of great options where you go and learn one specific trade. I'm sure that helps you to get employment later on. But I would say the positives for me that I got out of college by, you know, absolutely, I learned about myself. I learned so much about who I was and what kind of adult I wanted to be and how to be responsible. I mean, I think college is a great stepping stone to move out of your parents' house and be on your own, kind of. You know, it really is that first step to be in charge of yourself, and you determine when you eat, and you determine when you study, and you determine a lot of your spending habits, but you're not completely left on your own. So it's kind of like jumping in the pool with swimmies as far as learning to live by yourself. And for me, that was an invaluable step. Also for my acting, I learned a ton. I mean, I feel like I got much, much better as an actress through studying through 4 years of a very intense theater program. And that really helped me, again, to develop as a person. It didn't necessarily help me so much in the workforce. Now, that's definitely because I'm in Los Angeles, and, you know, a lot of auditions out here, particularly commercials where you're going like, Colgate. They don't really care so much if you know how to do Chekhov and Shakespeare. They just want you to be cute and young. And if I'd moved to LA 4 years earlier and didn't get a degree, I'd be better at the cute, young job booking part. So it really comes down to personal choice. I mean, are there things out there that you're dying to know that you want a degree for? You know, if you want to study acting, but you don't necessarily want to be in an intensive 4-year program, you can take acting classes on the side after you move wherever you're going while you're auditioning. Or if you want to jump into an associate's degree and learn one specific trade that you know you want to do. Or another great thing about college is if you really have no idea what you want to do, you can sample a ton of different types of courses and see if there's anything you fall in love with. Like I was a theology minor, and I really just fell in love with that as I was in school. Like I started taking different theology courses, and you know, you think theology, blah, they're going to tell me what I have to believe, and this is awful and gross, and I hate it. And the courses I took, at least, were very like, you know, we encourage you to go out and think on your own and experience new things, and whatever you argue on your final, as long as it logically, the argument makes sense, you'll get an A. And I was like, oh, okay, so I can believe whatever I want to believe. And that opened me up to really fall in love with it. And that ended up being a big part of my life. That's a big part of my life today. So let's see, what question can I ask you guys? For those of you who are in college now, what made you decide to go to college? For those of you who aren't in college, what made you decide not to go to college? And what do you feel the pros and cons of both situations are? For me, I learned a lot about myself. I was very lucky not to graduate with tons of debt, but I did graduate 4 years older into the workforce and found it very hard to get a job in my chosen field. So, you know, some column A, some column B. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. As always, please continue to suggest topics for future Naked Truth vlogs. You can send me Naked Truth vlogs if you like. Send them to my YouTube user inbox. And I will do my best to get to all of them. And remember to let me know if you want me to include a link in the description for future ones. So yeah, so that's it. So thank you guys very much for tuning into this Naked Truth, and I will see you next week.